It's a glorious day today. I've been out pretty much since 7:30 in the morning, walking around, been checking out all the hardware stores and everything else, trying to find something I can use as a smoke canopy. So I was talking to myself, well, one of the cheapest things after looking around on the internet and everything else, you know, you find these 70-80 pound smoke canopies and all that sort of thing is ridiculous. And I just think of myself, all I need is the incinerator, you know, those incinerator bins, the lids, that's all I need. And I saw one in Wilko a couple of weeks ago for £4. And I thought, should I get it then or not? I didn't get it, and it's the last few days I've been out, and Wilko don't do it. You probably do it. They said you can do it online and get it delivered to the store, delivered or anything else like that. You know, I was out, and I must have walked close to 15 miles today. Good hike, keep you fit and everything else. And I ended up at a Knight's Garden Centre, and they got those little mini ones, mini incinerators for about £18. Small little things with the lids, and wouldn't have suited for the pit I've got at the moment. They got those big tin bins as well, but again, they weren't incinerators. So I had try to explain what I wanted to do and everything else to them, and one of the guys, Jacob his name was, and this is Nags Hall Knight's Garden Centre, basically went off, did that, and he did me a deal. So kudos to Knight's Garden Centre. They might be expensive place to do your garden and get all your gardening stuff and all that, but yeah, I really got to appreciate Jacob's help here. He's really came through for me, and yeah, I got it £5. Yeah, can't be bad. So basically, that's going to more or less fit over the pit once I've done it up again. But even if it doesn't fit completely, you can easily attach some tin or aluminium and JB weld it together, and then you basically can turn it into a square top, you know, to fit the size you want. The only problem is that 3-inch turret. And I was at Ferrell's and some other buildings yards, and they got these aluminium. They're expensive as well. Aluminium ducting only goes up to 1.5 meters for 4-inch. So it's gonna have to find some piping, tin piping, or some other ducting I can put attached to it, to either just do a straight up right angle out, or if I get those flexible aluminium ones, I guess I'm going to have to buy one off of Amazon, I think. They'll stretch it to about 5 meters. They're 3 inches, 4 inches. So that will be a little bit better, because then it will also act as additional heating, I suppose. Have it running around the shack. But yeah, again, thank you very much to Jacob of Knight's Garden Centre, Nags Hall. Much appreciated. And a big shout out to Lawrence. It's when I was out shopping, I was wandering around a couple of days ago, and just looking for ideas and things, and it's nice when you're out shopping and you bump into somebody, and he turns out he's a fellow bushcrafter himself, and we had a nice little chat, and we talked about making 100% pure alcohol out of marrow. I'm going to have to look that one up, okay? But yeah, I'm going to start experimenting. As I say, I'm still haven't been disturbed yet in this place, so yeah, it's good. Once it's all finished and done, I'm going to wander off down to this derelict industrial place. I understand kids use the buildings for their hangout, but the grounds are humongous, so we should be able to find a place. There's a couple of places along the M25 as well that I saw which are again, if you don't mind the traffic, the noise especially. I mean, if you're sort of below the traffic line, the noise isn't so bad. If you're above it, of course, sound travels, and it travels upwards and everything else, so it's a lot more pronounced. But yeah, but you know, if you don't mind looking over the motorway and block out the noise and everything else, there's some beautiful spots around that you can hide away in and just while away your hours counting cars. So, yeah, busy people. I mean, on some days, you know, I'm getting, well, there's like 20-30 cars a second going past here, and I think to myself, busy bees, all got to go off doing things, you know. And I mean, every day for me, it's something new. I mean, I wake up in the morning and my God, everything shot up another bloody foot, you know. I mean, that field sometimes I cross, a couple of weeks ago, hardly a nettle in sight. Now they're like 2 foot tall with nettles, you know. So yeah, starting to sting my hands as I go through now. Yeah, I'm used to it anyway, so yeah, again, being close to water as well here, and it's shaded, so it's more humid than anything else. The only problem here is the midges always buzzing around. And again, come 4 o'clock, I'm sure I'm going to get that noisy little thrush again. He sits there above me, chirping away. I don't know. Anyway, I went off and got another big pile of wood, and I was going to cut it all up to size and everything else. And I noticed my saw, again, it's just a pruning saw, very cheap in a local hardware store. And I think it was starting to get dull. And I got my whetstone out, and I'm thinking to myself, well, how do you sharpen them up? I'll figure it out, yeah. I don't think it works actually. I think you need those special tooth blades to do it, but anyway, it's still going strong, so yeah, but I'm going to do some maintenance today. Clean my knife up, because it's taken a battering. I mean, Halterfords are very nice blades, very cheap, good value for money. Obviously, I'd love to get a Ford to get a purpose built, made for me, and I probably will. As again, being out and about, you meet like-minded, similar people, and this is the great thing. It's great to be out here, and you can sit and talk about stuff, because we all have similar interests, and this is what life's all about: meeting people with similar interests and enjoy what you enjoy doing and everything else. And I think in this particular area, it's growing. I've met a couple of people that do bushcrafting. I've met a lot of people that have an interest, or would like the camping idea and everything else. And in fact, as I sit and watch life go by sometimes, and I see people off with their young couples and all that sort of thing, off with their glamping and everything else, and I think to myself, what do you really need, But I must admit though, I've only got I've got a 3-season sleeping bag. It's not designed for winter, though it's rated for -9. So I was in a was it like Pound Direct or something else like that, not a Poundland, and I saw a couple of fleeces for juice, $3.99. So I thought, ooh, that will solve my feet chill problem at night. And yeah, over the last couple of nights, oh god, there's frost out there. So yeah, it's very chilly. Anyway, like I said, next the most important thing is to get some ducting to solve the smoke problem. as I say, I didn't want to sort of like dig out too big a pit. So I've done a raised Dakota and basically just raised it all up and sealed it all in. So it's a Dakota pit that sits on top. It's just trying to get the air circulating. And yeah, when the fire's going, the smoke's not a problem, even with the door shut. But it's when you start adding more on, then the smoke starts, and it's something to. I know it's something to do with the air pressure and smoke being, heavy, and the heat is driving it that way. But it's also there's the coldness on this side here. I may have made the shack a little bit too big, in other words. So I should have put more of a slope on it. I've only got 10-degree slope, really. It's not really that good. So yeah, lessons learned. It's mainly because at my age, I don't want to keep doing all this bending down. It hurts my back and everything else. So I like to be able to walk into a place without stooping, and then sit down, and that's okay. It's that's what you're supposed to do anyway. But anyway, when I work out on the new places, I'm just going to do some double lean-tos, I think. And I was toying with the idea of doing making a Viking frame, just to tarp that up, So yeah, Viking frame with tarps. I don't know whether or not I should get my sewing kit out and play around with the tarp idea. Tarps are dirt cheap nowadays. You can get them at Poundland, they're good value for money, or tarps or ground sheets or whatever. If you can stitch them together somehow. So I might go down to the building yard again and find a way if I can get one of those like industrial staplers, because my sewing skills are not that good. But a stapler, yeah, easy enough to put together. So yeah, I was going to toy around with that idea and see what I can come up with that. Right, anyway, apart from my saw, I'm going to sharpen my knife, get my wood cut up. I always do nice little hand bits, because you do a hand plus a bit plus an inch, and then when you split it back net and everything else, it fits into the elixir perfect. And also, when you're doing this, doing these small pieces, and when you're doing feathering, it's just so much easier. You just need to do 2 or 3 pieces that are nicely small, lightly feathered, and stove, a little bit of tinder, blah blah blah. It catches straight like catches. I always like to use beech and hazel, because it's prolific. Yeah, you can get loads of it. Hawthorn as well. It's hardwood, splits easily. Yeah, but this is definitely very nice. Anyway, I'm going to get another beer while I'm doing this. And I made a pig of myself today. While I was in town, I just passed the KFC, and I thought, oh God, I haven't had a KFC for years. So yeah, I treated myself to KFC and chips. And starting to lay heavy on me, but well, chicken skin, who cannot resist chicken skin? Always leave that till last. Eat everything else and savour the chicken skin. All that cholesterol and greasy goodness going through your bloodstream. But that's I'll tell you about my little deal with a butcher in Morrison's and beef fat. About that one later on. Anyway, I'll catch you guys later on. I've got to get on with my chores. Alright, see you soon.